Hey, I'm Guti, and today I'll be talking to you guys about what my experience was as an audio engineer slash sound guy for the whole production of my second game jam ever, which was the platformer jam. Yeah, let's hop right into it. So, first things first, let me make a very quick introduction to who I am. So, my name is Alejandro, my friends call me Guti. I am a Mexican audio engineer. I've been audio engineering for about 5 years now, something like that. So, I started in this as a music composer and producer, just making music, making beats, the whole process. And I studied the career at SAE Institute, Mexico, where I came across the magic wonderland of sound design. And I had my first approach to game audio, which I hated at the time.
What?
But after I ended the career and everything, I got my second approach to game audio, where I immediately fell in love with it because, who doesn't love video games, right? Basically, that's who I am. That's what I do. And without further ado, I'll talk more about my process for the platformer jam. Okay, so the first step was hopping into HIO, where I looked for a jam to join, and I immediately got caught with the platformer jam since I've never worked in a platformer game before. So I clicked in the page, and then I joined the Discord server, which is where I sent a message in the form a team hoping I would get a reply, and I got no replies. Yet, I kept scrolling and I did notice this guy's post saying that he wanted to team up, and he posted this crazy artwork he did in Blender. So I knew I had to hit my guy up. Shout out to Ave. I hit him up and I was like, bro, we should definitely team up for the jam. And he was like, bet, let's do that. So after some time that same day, Viet, our programmer, joined, and that was it. So the first day went in, and the theme, the subject for the game jam was speedrunning and metamorphosis. So without further ado, we kind of started just throwing ideas of what the game could be about, what we could do, what the visual style could probably be. I thought it would be nice to do like a very PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1 kind of musical vibe. This whole drum and bass, liquid bass, like this whole early 2000s drum and bass jungle type sound to the music. And at the end, what we came up with, the main idea was this speedrunner that would run through dungeons, and there would be world A, which is the light world, and the world B, which is the dark world, and you would be constantly swapping between these worlds to solve like the puzzle, as in probably you get stuck in world A at a part, and there would be an item that will make you switch to world B, to the dark world, where you could probably get over that that obstacle you got stuck upon. And we just came up with that general idea. So the next logical step after we threw that in was to make my asset list. I started, just like doing a general asset list. This one is the final asset list that I came up with. It was not like this. At the beginning, it just kind of started growing more and more throughout the process. So after doing my first attempt at an asset list, I just started in the process. So my first step was having in mind that I really wanted to give that like a atmospheric drum and bass kind of jungle-ish 2000s vibe. I started, just testing stuff, throwing shit at the wall, seeing what sticks. We were parallel working with the main concept that we had. Kind of thought it would be nice to have like a very ambient, almost non-percussive sound to the light world, where it would be just this soundscape that would immerse you into the game. And whenever you switch to the dark world, that's where the drum and bass would hit. And it's like drum and bass is fast, right? Speed running, it just kind of clicked. It made sense. By then, I kind of came up with a musical idea that I really liked and I thought could probably work. So the next step was I turned this into an FMOD system. For those of you who don't know, FMOD is a middleware, which basically a middleware is like an in-between program between the game engine and your audio. It's a program that basically will help you build the whole audio systems inside of it for you to just make events and have the programmer call them in-game. So I came up with the music. I really liked what I had, so I just made sure that worked in FMOD. I took a vertical approach to the music. I basically split the whole music in stems, right? So I would have the stem for the drums, the stem for the bass, the stem for the pads or main melodies, you know? And I would make variations that would work independently of what random variation got chosen in the system, right? So I did that for both the light world and the dark world. And once I tested it in FMOD, I realized it worked. So I was like, fuck yeah, success. It worked. And after that, I just kind of polished the system a little bit to see that the transitions would work and that it wouldn't be so boring, or that you could detect the loop. After that, what I did was I mixed the whole stems, just exported the audios, and after that I re-imported them into FMOD just to substitute the old audios, and I made sure the system was still working okay, you know, making sure there was no clicks, no pops, that the loops were behaving correctly, that everything was working properly. And that was pretty much it for the whole music system. So I started sound designing pretty much on Sunday morning. I did the whole sound design like in 3 or 4 hours. It was a rush. I really had to crunch there. And I made the systems in FMOD to really, see how they worked, made sure that everything was properly made, exported the whole sound design, got it into FMOD, built the system, see that it worked, and everything was good to go. Unity. So after that, it was just a bunch of testing.
Just for my OCD, can you like put the color on those events? I appreciate
You're
that.
just like me, brother. You're just like me, brother.
I just
The
need that
OCD,
shit,
baby.
bro. Is that OCD, bro?
So it was pretty much Sunday, the last day of the jam, and we tested a lot. We really tried to make things work, but man, it was hard. At the end, because of time and a lot of other issues, mainly GitHub really slowed us down. But at the end, we weren't really able to implement all of the sound assets and the events that I had in mind for the game. And a lot of the game wasn't completed, like the animations and like the level design was done, but it still had a lot of bugs. And since we lost a lot of time, there wasn't really a lot of time to play testing on Sunday. So pretty much we kind of made sure the music worked, the whole system. Got in some very basic sound design in, and that's what we came up with at the end. So, things that I would change for next time, now that I had this experience and everything. First of all, I'm learning a lot more on GitHub. Like, I know GitHub is a really important process of source control when working in video games and everything. And usually the programmer will be the one to handle the whole source control on GitHub. Yet I think that by studying it further and getting a deeper understanding of how it works and everything, we can like help us save a lot of time and hassle from not setting it up correctly from the first time. The next thing I learned is, of course, ideally there should be way more time for audio, as in like probably dedicate 2 whole days, you know, to just really make sure the the whole systems are implemented. FMOD was new to our programmer, to Viet, so he had to like get into the whole scripting and the whole just knowing how to call the events and what's the coding way of putting things so it would work. So it's something I'm learning and I'm currently building more upon. I have been learning a bit more of it into Unreal Engine, but since we used Unity for this one, it was kind of new how to call the events and how to script the whole thing for FMOD. So that's something that I am most definitely learning to get out of the way for the next time, so I can probably help the programmer a bit more understand how to call the events, what's the proper nomenclature for scripting and the whole thing, you know. Other thing that I learned and that I think, I mean, I will test it next time, the next game jam, but I think it's something that will probably help a lot in the process is make a mini story for the game, right? So just by making like a very small story where you just like answer the basic questions of why is the player doing what he has to do, what's the objective of the player, you know, what are the items that'll pick up, what are the mechanics, you know, like just building a little story on what the game is actually going to be about. I think it's pretty helpful because it'll help answer a lot of the questions that come up along the way, right? Like what's the environment going to look like, what's the character going to look like, what are the items that we're going to use, the mechanics, just the whole thing, right? I think taking the time the first day to really pre-produce the whole thing and come up to terms with what's the game going to be about, that is something that I cannot stretch enough how important it is to really help you get down along the line properly, right? I really liked how the systems came up. I'm really proud of what the audio systems came up because I tried to do things in a way that it would really take the weight off for the programmer, right? So I tried to program things within FMOD so the programmer would have to call the less amount of events and he would have to program the less amount of things just for FMOD to do the heavy lifting for audio and the programmer to really focus on the game, the core mechanics, the movement, the whole thing, right? That was my experience when working in this platformer jam. I'll be joining a lot more of jams. If you're getting started into anything video game related, you know, just 3D modeling, textures, audio as me, you know, I can't stretch enough how important and how much of a great experience it is to have this game jam environments where you meet new people, where you will understand the workflow of what making a game is actually like, and just really understand the process of what the best workflows are, what things you have to learn, what things you're doing right, what things you're doing wrong, you know, since it's a very controlled environment where there is like no pressure where you have to turn a whole project for a client, or you don't have like the work pressure on you. It's a great environment to experiment, to really understand what the workflow is like, to get a grasp of what your teammates' workflow might be like, you know, what takes more time than you thought, what takes less time than you thought. And from there to properly understand what's the best way to approach it for further times and next jams to do, right? So that was pretty much my whole experience working in this platformer jam. Shout out to Ave, our game designer. He's a really, really talented dude. He did a great work, and at the end, since we didn't have much time, the game did not come up as we expected it to. But hey, that's part of the process, right? That's part of building the jam and understanding what things come up, what things don't come up. Also, a big shout out to my guy Viet, the programmer. He did a really good work under pressure, just handling the the whole mechanics, the whole programming for the game. So shout out to my guys. They really did a great work. And although the game did not come up as we expected, they're definitely very talented people that with more game jams, more experience and everything, I'm pretty sure we'll be cooking some really, really good stuff in no time. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the whole video. So if you like the video, please subscribe, leave a like. That would probably help the channel a lot. That will definitely help the channel a lot. What am I talking about? But yeah, I'll keep on digging into more jams and everything. And if you guys like this content, I'll keep uploading more videos breaking down like my whole FMOD setup, or Wise, or even like meta sounds, or whatever the actual sound system we build for the game jam is. I'll keep uploading more videos to make a breakdown of what the process was, and keep doing this postmortems where I reflect upon what was good, what could have been better, and yeah, just grasp on the general experience of a game jam. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one, guys.